I said, ready, bitch.
Related to that.
Okay, we're on demand right now. We're not in the chat room yet. We're on demand, so don't say anything dirty like bitch.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
Don't curse at people today, Leonard. I'm going to have to keep you in line. Okay?
I got it.
Big Al is here, but he doesn't hear us yet, so don't say hi, okay? Just wait. Just hold your horses, Leonard. Do you have horses? We watch Bonanza, Gunsmoke, The Waltons.
We're up to date.
And so we see a lot of horses every day. And we posted in the chat room a great picture, but we can't talk about it yet because nobody could hear us. So if you're just listening in for the first time, this is how we do it. We start the podcast with a bunch of jibberwocky, but it's not ads or anything like that. It's not commercials. It's just we like to wait for the sound to come through the chat room on the website, which is LennyMelnickFantasySports.com/live, and you can join us every day at 9 a.m. Eastern for your fantasy baseball tidbits and nuggets. And we are live. The sound is good.
Sound is good. Okay, wake up, everybody. It's Sunday morning. And look at, the chat rooms. Look at, are you kidding me? We thought we'd have to
no,
suspend
Leonard,
the show.
You thought that.
Thinking that the chat room wouldn't be here. But White Sox Al is here. Unholy Toledo is here. Big Al and the Prowl is here. Wow. Look at this. White Sox Al leading the way. And good morning, everybody. Eddie Heckman.
Actually, it was Big Al leading the way today.
Yeah, Big Al leading the way. And Danny Fuller's thinking today is Eddie Heckman, Teresa, and Samantha for the Baltimore Appreciation Day. Okay, so let's see about that. James Caprion, good morning. Haven't seen you in a while.
So, Danny, here's the thing, okay? Yesterday, I heard you guys did not have a warehouse dog or a wonderful smoked beef sandwich that you get on the way in. And that's why they put it at the front gate, you know, this big smoker with all this beef and stuff, and then they make sandwiches. But then I made a joke, and it came out pretty good, and it was not really a thought-out or planned joke. I just said none of you partook in the warehouse dog with the beef queso and the grilled onions, and it's a foot-long dog on a pretzel bun. And then I said, it's probably why you're all still alive today. But, okay, fine. I get it. I probably wouldn't have eaten it either. It's just, it would have made me feel sick. But it looks so good. I can't help it. You know, I'm at a stage in life where I can't eat this stuff anymore.
What are you talking about?
I can't eat warehouse dogs.
What stage in life are you in?
You know, when you get in your late 40s and your 50s, you start to just feel sick. Not nauseous or anything, but you feel bloated. And then you're tired and, like, all those things that they told you about all your life. But you could eat cheeseburgers, fries, and everything, and then now all of a sudden when you eat that stuff you feel bad and you have to like rearrange your mindset because for me, one of the best parts about going to baseball games is eating the food. And
then Tommy Johnson comes in and he changes the day.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
No, Tommy Johnson's here.
Nobody wants to hear about my food.
Triple Play is here. Who wants to hear about you?
Because everybody does this.
Okay, go ahead.
So, do you remember the night we went to the Reds game one night, and then the next day, it was a day game. The next day, it was Jordan Zimmerman pitching in Washington, D.C., and I really loved Jordan Zimmerman at the time.
I remember that.
We went to the Cincinnati Reds game, and it was such a cool ballpark. I mean, there's like restaurants all outside, and we basically tried every restaurant. We had calamari, nachos, we had everything, martinis, beers. We went inside, and I saw this Bob's Big Boy, okay, that they used to have in California where I grew up. They used to have Bob's Big Boy. They have it in Ohio still. They have one at the ballpark. So I got a cheeseburger from there. 2 chili dogs. They have 2 competing chilies in Cincinnati. And then we decided to drive after the night game all night long to get to Washington, D.C. so we could see Jordan Zimmerman pitch. And I was feeling so sick. Anyway, I get I understand why you didn't have the damn warehouse dog, but it looks so good. Anyway, okay, we're talking about fantasy baseball, and White Sox Al is here, so what a great segue to talk about those White Sox.
Wait a second. Everything is good. All right, you have something to say about the White Sox?
Yes, they lost 119 games now. They need one more to tie for the most losses of a season, and they need 2 more losses, which I would probably bet my whole bank account on the fact that they're going to lose 2 more games and break the record for the most losses in the season ever in baseball.
And they're doing it with one of the best pitchers in baseball, Garrett Crochet. He is turned out to be probably the biggest surprise pitcher in Major League Fantasy Baseball this year.
I don't think he was surprised, and Malpal's not surprised. Where's Turd today?
I don't know. Turd's not here. Malpal's
Mitchell's
not here.
James K. is here. The big Brewers fan.
Laura's here.
All right, Laura and Mary.
Let's talk about who's here, not who's not here.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what, the White Sox, Garrett Crochet, he has a new sinker.
Yes.
And, I always say, anytime you see that a pitcher or a player has a new pitch, a new swing, something new, and it's working, Garrett Crochet, he's going to be a special pitcher in fantasy baseball next year. And, he kind of snuck up on us this year. How much are we paying for Garrett Crochet? He's a pitcher. 99-mile-an-hour
sinker with 19 inches of run on it. That's called movement, Leonard.
That's pretty good.
So, what am I paying for Crochet? In the 20s?
In the 20s.
I don't know how much he's going to go for. ADP does not mean how good a player is.
I'm not talking about ADP. I'm talking about how much dollars.
Auction value does not mean how much the player is worth. It means how much people are willing to spend.
Yes,
on
that's
a player.
what I'm asking. How much are you willing to spend? How much?
I don't know yet.
I'm thinking it's going to be about $18, $19.
I'm still trying to get through 2024. Okay?
$18 and $19. And by the way, we came very close to not doing the show today.
Who did?
Well, I did.
I have to talk him into doing it because he gets depressed when he doesn't see anybody in the chat room.
All right, we don't see anybody in the chat room.
And then I say, I didn't do all this damn work for nothing, okay?
And look who shows up.
And then Lenny says, it's not work to me.
Everybody, it's
I
not
told
work.
you people will come. Our friends are not on time, okay? They're tardy people.
That's right.
And Unholy and the Dogs, triple play.
Leonard Donaldson is here now.
Scroll down, I didn't see the rest.
Leonard Mitchell Hartson. Let's see, who you got? Who else
Scroll
we got?
down. Triple play, Unholy Toledo, Scooter, Tilly, Rudy, Aubrey.
Yeah, it's a great crowd.
Audrey.
And
I always miss one
the
dog.
The question is...
Scooter, Tilly, Audrey.
Okay, you're thinking about dogs.
I like Unholy
I'm trying to figure out, and we never had to talk about...
You want to know how much Garrett Crochet costs next year?
No, why do we do this show 7 days a week?
Because
what do we get out of this show?
Do we have to go through this every week?
No, but it's important because...
to keep your mind sharp, so you should remember why we do it. Okay. To keep your mind sharp.
To keep my mind sharp. Boston Paul, he keeps me sharp, so that's pretty good. The National League wild card race, that keeps me sharp. San Diego wins. Arizona wins. New York wins.
Go Mets!
And Atlanta wins.
Let's go Mets!
1 week to play.
Laura, right? Have you been to any games or what? This year seems to be a drag on games. But, the Mets, we're going to talk about it. The Mets, we sporadically will talk about the Mets throughout, but I don't want to wreck it, so let's just move on and talk about the fact that all those teams won. The Padres won, the Dodgers, no. Arizona won, the Diamondbacks beat the Brewers.
Right.
This is sad for James K., because he's our resident Brewers insider, and he has to be annoyed right now at the fact that the Diamondbacks swept the Brewers out of the playoffs last year, and they've now beaten the Brewers 4 consecutive games. They beat them 5-0 last night and retired the last 20 batters. Okay? Laura went to a game on Friday, and of course it was the game that the Mets got blown out.
That's right. We're not saying you're a jinx, Laura. We're not saying
this
that.
Guy on X was saying, don't be surprised if the Brewers give the Diamondbacks a police escort out of town and hope they never see him again, dude, because they just keep wrecking it for him. But the Brewers are in the playoffs, right?
Right.
And they said something like they're not going to have any of their starting pitchers go more than 5 innings for the rest of the season, which is good because the Mets are about to go play the Brewers.
And here's a question for the chat room. Name the team that has been the best team with the best record in Major League Baseball. Now, hold on.
Molly is who I forget. Hello, Molly, too.
Over 100 games. Name the Major League team with the best record over the last 100 games.
Right, Laura?
Okay.
Name the team, Laura.
Name the team with the best. Oh my God.
She says she better not go to any more games because she jinxes them, I guess.
Gwendolyn.
But I don't think that's true.
Look at it. Got a very nice chat room for a Sunday morning.
Did you get to see Grimace's purple seat when you went? I guess it's in section 302 or something like that. I wonder if you see.
Talking about this Grimace, I'm sorry.
Yes, they dedicated a purple seat at the Mets ballpark.
Isn't that great?
Yes.
They dedicated a purple
because Grimace is lucky for them.
What
just like the pimp, the rally pimp.
What are they dedicated to me?
They're not dedicating jack shit to you,
the Met games in 1962, and I rooted for number 33, Ron Hunt, and I rooted for Gus Bell
and
Charlie Neal. Come on, everybody.
You got it, Boston Paul and Holy. Well, Laura, you're a little slow today. Get your coffee and get your bloody fingers and pencils.
She went to a game on Friday.
And she says they lost. Yeah, they got blown out.
That's the way it is.
Okay, continue on. The Mets have won 64 of their last 100 games. They have outscored their opponents 521 to 403 during that stretch. So, yes, it is the Mets with the best team in MLB over the last 100 games. Now, we would dedicate this to Malpal, who's been sleeping in lately because he hasn't been feeling great. The Padres refuse to go away, okay? They climb within 3 games of those pesky Dodgers in the National League West after the Rockies beat the Dodgers again. And by the way, I'm going to a Rockies game on Wednesday. I will be with my best friend from high school, Rachel. We are going to the Rockies game, and I will be marking that ballpark off of my bucket list of going to every ballpark. And the Rockies are finishing the season out strong, even though they just suck.
What about the chat room? So many in the chat room have guessed that the Mets have been the best team in Major League Baseball over the last 100 games, 64-36, outscoring their opponents 521 to 403. How about that? All right.
Macho Manny.
And Unholy Toledo's guess was the
Pesky
Mets.
Danny is.
Wait a second. Okay. All right. Let's go back now. Let's see how good you are. Okay. Who was Marv Thornberry?
I have no idea. Unholy knows. That's it.
Yeah. You don't know who Marv Thornberry was?
No, I don't think I
do. He was a Met, but he was a character. He was like the epitome of the worst player in baseball. And he wasn't, but the Mets were the worst team, and he arguably was not one of their better players.
Okay.
So they called him Marvelous Marv Thornberry, and I got to tell you, he was quite a character. And in those days, the Mets everybody was a character. Everybody. And the Padres refused to go away.
Yeah, so Pesky Danny can now hail to the King Manny.
Yep. And
Macho Manny. But Jackson Merrill, dude, there's one. This is not on the list yet. We have this on our list, but not yet. Anyway, I wanted to bring up to you that there is one hitter that has a better OPS over the last, 30 days or so than Ohtani. There's one player. So I want to make this a trivia.
Yeah, well, you already gave the answer.
No,
right?
I did not. I did not give the answer. It's not Manny Machado.
No, it's not Jackson Merrill? You gave that answer.
Oh, I did?
That's how I knew it.
Oh, it's...
Here we go.
All right,
again.
I'm trying to make trivia out of junk. Anyway, Jackson Merrill has a 986 OPS since July 20th. He has a higher OPS than Ohtani. And the only qualified hitters with a higher OPS over that span, get this one, Witt, Vladdy Jr., Yordan Alvarez, and Aaron Judge. So, by the way, Jackson Merrill, I do think he is going to get Rookie of the Year. I hope he does, but you never know.
Well, wait a second. What about Skubal?
He's not a rookie.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not, Leonard.
Tarek Skubal?
He's not a rookie, and don't argue with me.
So wait a second. Who's the rookie pitcher?
Skeens.
Oh, that's right, Skeens. So, yeah, Skeens. So is Skeens the Rookie of the Year? I think it's time to have...
Skeens is done. Well, ask Tommy Johnson. He's a Skeens fan.
Yeah, Tommy Johnson. Is Skeens the Rookie of the Year? It's time to have a pitching
King
rookie.
Happ is here.
Wait a second. What happened to King Happ?
He's here.
It's time to have a...
And Jolene. Good morning to Jolene.
Wake me up when it's my turn, okay?
It's never your turn.
And it's always good to have a pitcher who wins the award and a hitter for Rookie of the Year. Okay,
I love the sugar-free Liquid IV. I think that was the best decision they ever made, was these sugar-free ones. You must have given Danny a whole bunch of them, because I saw he had rainbow sherbet yesterday. Now he has green grape. But I'll tell you what, this is a little insider knowledge. If you put this, first of all, if you order the Liquid IV, you could save some dinero by putting in promo code King Happ. Now, also, if you use the Liquid IV, which, by the way, when my mom had kidney stones, we got her some Liquid IV, and it helped her because she was so dehydrated. But it's not just good for helping you like that. It's great for your skin. You can really tell the difference.
My skin's never been better.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
My hair fell out.
How about mixing Liquid IV with some vodka and not having a hangover?
The Padres won't go away. This is a team that spent a lot of money and made a lot of noise, and they're still within 3 games of the Dodgers in the National League West.
Let's just keep repeating that over and over for Danny.
Well, it was a huge 3-game series. Next week it'll be at Dodger Stadium with the Padres.
With the Padres?
With the Padres.
Okay, that should be good. I'm rooting for Manny.
Now, Shohei Ohtani, remember him?
Yes, I do.
We haven't talked about him yet.
He got a whole dang segment on my show yesterday.
Yeah. Stolen base number 53. And that is, I think that's more impressive. Look, he's a big, strong, left-handed hitter. For him to hit 50 home runs, it's impressive.
That's great.
But for him to steal 53 bases, and here's the kicker to that, 29 stolen base attempts in a row.
Yes.
Successful. 29 in a row. And you take a look
at... Don't they know this guy's running? I mean, how do you not catch this guy?
Because he is not a speedster type.
Well, he's got 53 steals.
But here's the thing.
How do you...
Shohei Ohtani knows how to run the bases.
He knows how to do everything.
He knows how to run the bases.
He's in a league of his own.
He takes a nice lead. He knows how far to go. And then he goes as soon as the pitcher makes a move, he's off. Okay?
Let me know when Jolene plays against Boston Paul so I can really get in the groove that week.
Okay. And thank the chat room for being here.
Now,
wait a second. You going to let me finish?
Tommy Johnson answered your question.
He did.
He said Skeens could be the Rookie of the Year, but he doesn't think he's going to end up being the Rookie of the Year.
Right. Very tough for a pitcher to beat.
And James K says that Skeens will get Rookie of the Year, but Merrill should get it. And what other?
Donaldson says James Wood.
James Wood needs some Rookie of the Year consideration by the wonderful and talented Leonard Donaldson.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Will get Rookie of the Year.
Here you go, Laura. Yesterday, it was a sellout crowd of 44,152 at Citi Field. I mean, why is this? This is like their 3rd sellout crowd of the year, okay? But not including opening day.
Yeah.
And that's just a tragic situation. Why shouldn't they be selling out all the time? They've been decent all year. I mean, they weren't great at the beginning, but come on, man.
It's the largest home crowd of the season, and the 5th. Now, here's the thing. I didn't think 44,000 was that great, but it's the fifth largest crowd for a regular season game in Citi Field history. The Mets were better at Shea, okay, where they could really pack them in. So how about that, okay? Citi Field, 44,000. Remember last week we were quick to point out how few fans showed up at a Met game. So if we're going to do that, let's harp on the fact that a lot of fans showed up yesterday.
I like it when a chick beats your ass, okay, in fantasy. I like it. I can't help it.
When a chick beats
because
your
Boston Paul wants to know why I'm full of hate for him. But it's not about that. It's about women are smarter in general than men. And they don't realize it, which is why they don't play fantasy.
You love Boston Paul.
I do, but I like to give him a lot of crap talk.
Yeah, well...
trash talk. I like to give him trash talk because he's so easy to mess with.
He gets trash talk. I get the crap talk, right? So there you go. Boston
I practice on Boston Paul, and then I see what I can do with him and bring it home to you, Leonard.
It's me and you, pal. And Louis
go
ahead.
Jolene is playing Boston Paul right now.
Oh, really?
Okay. Oh, see, this is why it's so easy to mess with poor Boston Paul. He says all he does is support us, and all he gets is hate for me.
Never.
If I didn't like you, I wouldn't be talking trash
Paul,
to you.
You're a big part of what we do.
All right, now just tell me who's winning this week in football.
Okay, it's Luis Angel Acuna. I tell you, he's a big leaguer. There are people who still think he's in the minors. He played his 8th major league game and his 3rd home run.
Luis Angel, well, how fun is he?
As he's batting .385.
Yes, 3rd home run.
In what? In 24 at-bats?
In 24 at-bats, 3 home runs, batting .385 like you said.
Yeah.
So did Lindor come back yesterday? I didn't check up on it. Someone needs to tell me if he was back in the lineup.
I didn't look.
I guess they don't need him as bad with this little Acuna just rolling around.
Acuna's doing great.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, in a bad year for Matt Olson, we're moving on to the Braves now.
He was going to be Now, here's the Matt Olson syndrome. I had already picked Matt Olson as my first baseman next year. He's a $15, $16 first baseman rather than spending $40 for any one of the big guys.
I like him.
But he got off to a great start.
No, a horrible start.
No, he got...
Yesterday he got off to a good start, but in this season, it's been a horrible season for Olsen, but he's still going to end up with 30 bombs.
Yeah.
Okay, and over 100 RBIs. So everybody's going to completely forget about his horrible start to the season, and you're going to go ahead and draft him like you did last year, and then you're going to be disappointed again at the beginning of the season because some players just aren't that great. But I told you at the end of August that Matt Olson was going to have a monster September. I thought the whole dang Braves team would have a monster September. They won yesterday thanks to Max Fried, but they still are just hanging on by a thread, okay? And I'll tell you what, without Matt Olson, this team would be nowhere. He went 15 for 46.
36.
Oh, 417 batting average. And a pair of home runs and 15 RBIs in 10 games.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
There you go. Matt Olson, he was going to be my pick for next year.
So, yes,
I like
Lindor.
the fact that he's not doing so well.
Well, he's going to finish the season with the numbers still.
Well, which
is going to make everybody draft him.
If he keeps it going, his number's going to go up.
Our resident Mets insider says no, okay, on Lindor. We're hoping for Tuesday now in Atlanta. So, okay, let's hope.
Almost over.
Let's hope.
And then Anthony Rizzo, the other...
Why do you keep bringing him up?
Why shouldn't I?
Because he's not fantasy relevant, okay?
Next year he will be.
What are you talking about?
Why?
I know. I shouldn't act like you're crazy because you call things like Kikuchi and stuff, and I don't know where you come up with it.
He's batting .207.
Yes.
This is what I love. With next year, it's going to go for $12.
Does he even have a job next year? That's important to know.
Yeah, Anthony
because
Rizzo,
nobody's going to sign him.
Well,
his career is over.
He may not sign with the Cubs. Okay?
He's with the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean with the Yankees. I don't know where he's going to.
You don't even care, do you? Because he's a damn cheap first baseman. So you're going to draft him, right?
I want to draft a damn cheap first baseman. You're right. And what about no? Are you drafting?
I don't like Verlander's brother Ben.
Okay, wait.
He's an asshole.
You got Verlander, you got Scherzer, and you got Kershaw. Rank them in order.
I know Bauer isn't fantasy relevant.
No,
I know.
Forget about your Bauer. Kershaw, Scherzer, and
Verlander.
Rank them.
Oh.
I know.
That's pretty tough, dude. Verlander's not good. I would say Verlander, but he's number one. He's 41. He's got a great family, 2 kids. I think he's just at the end of his career. Yeah. His ERA on the season is over 5. He's pitched 84 innings. I mean, his whip is even horrendous, 1.4. So as much as I do think Justin Verlander is probably the best of these 3 at this point in their career, I'm going to have to say no on Verlander. He'll be number 3. And then I'll rank Scherzer and Kershaw.
Yeah.
Dude, the same thing goes for Kershaw, man. He's at the end of his career with 2 kids. I'm going to take Scherzer, Kershaw, Verlander like that.
And I'm going to take Stevie O. Nice
Stevie O.
In the chat room, Stevie O.
Okay, I was talking about you yesterday, King Hap, and, I brought up Pablo Lopez because I was saying, when you draft next year, we were talking about Tyler Glasnow specifically. We already, it used to be where you say, well, Tyler Glasnow broke a record with his 125 innings pitched or something like that. Like, literally, he broke his career record and still only pitched 130 innings at the most. And next year, you're not going to be able to draft him for that. He was crazy highly drafted this last year, but there's only really a couple of guys that are even going to come close to pitching 200 innings, and Pablo Lopez is one of them. So, poor King Hap. Well, not poor King Hap, but at the beginning of the season, he does these prop bets, and it's real fun because this is the time of year where it all comes to light. Mm-hmm. And I mean, these prop bets are so close. And anyway, I told him he needed to go over on the Pablo Lopez strikeouts. King Haps needs Pablo Lopez under 8 strikeouts today. Tell me what that is. How many strikeouts does Pablo Lopez have? Are you still in the prop bet?
He will get under 8. If that's for sure. There's a week to go in the season, and they're not going to push him for strikeouts.
Is it strikeouts or innings pitched? I always get confused.
I don't know. If it's strikeouts,
tell us your Pablo Lopez prop bet, please, because that one is fun for me. I went against King Hap at the beginning of the season. So I'm rooting for the more innings and the more strikeouts for Pablo. And, I mean, it's coming down to the nitty and the gritty. He's going against the White Sox today. Mm-hmm. Woo-wee, okay? That's going to be...
James Caplion says Skeens will get the Rookie of the Year, but Merrill should get it. Big Al, great job getting here early. Danny Fuller, James Caplion, the king of all apps. Laura Leonard Donaldson. Brodo Lady is here, and she's sitting right next to me. Triple play. Tommy Johnson, Annalie Toledo, White Sox Al, and
Boston Paul, Stevie O, Molly, Tilly, Scooter, Audrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the things we try to
Rudy.
do at this time of the year, especially if you're kind of like out of it for winning some kind of title or something, winning an award, you tend to not know a lot of the players that have all of a sudden been late year good players. And one of them is Rhett Lauder, or Loader. I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
I would say Lauder.
I would say
Lowder, Louder. I don't know. I guess it would be Loader.
Well, he's pretty good. Cincinnati pitcher. Got the win Saturday against Pittsburgh. He allowed, 5 hits, 2 walks, struck out 4 over 5 scoreless innings. But
yeah, he's pretty good.
He is.
His ERA is 1.40 over his first 25 and 2/3 innings.
And the thing that made me notice him is how hard he worked when he was in and out of trouble. He had a bases-loaded jam in the 5th to close out his day, but he now has kept opponents off the scoreboard in 3 of his 5 career starts. He was the 7th overall pick in 2003 and his ERA, as Andy said, 1.4 over his first 25 and 2/3 innings.
So what does the Red Sox do with? Are they going to continue on with this Alex Cora love story? Because I'll tell you what, they didn't make the playoffs. They were kicked out of the playoffs yesterday.
Right.
So I want to know, does Alex Cora get the axe because of this? Because you know how it goes. The manager always gets kicked out first.
Yeah, you think so.
But they like him over there, but I don't know why. These managers today are not like they used to be. They don't make them like they used to be. We need more Ozzie Guillens and less of these, what's the Yankees guy name?
Girardi?
No, he's a long gone, Leonard.
Showalter?
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what you're talking about. Casey Stengel? You're talking about a Yankee manager?
The current one, dude.
Yeah, it's
not Girardi.
Oh, it's not? I forget who it was.
Okay, anyway.
But anyway, we talked
about that guy. What about Max Scherzer?
Well,
he's done.
His season is over.
Yeah.
All right?
Yep.
And for some reason, they're going to put him on the injured list, okay?
Boone is his name. Aaron Boone.
Oh, Aaron Boone. I mean, Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander. So once again, 3 of the top fantasy pitchers in the last 10 years. And they're all winding down. Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw, Justin Verlander.
What was the manager that got into a fight with Pedro Martinez?
Oh, I don't remember.
He passed away.
I don't remember.
Anyway, from the Astros to the most reliable so-called man in baseball, Kyle Tucker.
Most reliable, and I predicted
he
would
missed
be
3 months.
The most disappointing player.
But he's coming back on a roll like a bullet.
Yeah.
Okay? 14th player in Astros history to collect 4 more hits in back-to-back games, and is the first to do so since Michael Brantley in 2019. 4-hit game. Yordan Alvarez also 4-hit game. And but Tucker's bat is heating up right now. It feels like the beginning of something huge with him. 4 for 4, a homer, a double, a walk, and 2 RBIs. They beat the Angels 10-4, and really, the Astros have just tormented the Angels over the past couple of games.
Especially Tucker.
They've gone 8 for 9 with a pair of homers and 3.
That's Tucker.
Yeah.
He's been good.
Yeah. Since returning September 6th from a lengthy stay on the injured list, he's batting .405, 17 for 42 with 3 home runs, 7 RBIs, 10 runs, and a stolen base in 13 games.
And as much as I said Kyle Tucker would disappoint this year, next year, Kyle Tucker is going to be undervalued.
He's going to go in the first round again.
Kyle Tucker?
He does every year, Leonard.
He does not.
Okay, well, you still think Casey Stengel is the manager?
No, I didn't think so. He's just naming managers.
Okay,
but
I'm telling you, I got him in the first round last year, every draft I could.
Kyle Tucker in the first round?
Yeah, like 7 or 8 ADP.
Oh, that's a mistake. I think you're wrong.
Okay, Leonard.
I think you're wrong.
Okay. All right.
Look at the chat room. Chat room has loaded up. Absolutely loaded up. Merrill is here. Mitchell was here before, I think. Whiteside, it's just great.
So this is for you, James K.
Go ahead, James K. Go.
Per Brian Anderson on the Brewers broadcast, the team only plans on using their starters for a maximum of 5 innings for the rest of the year. I told you that earlier, and I would say that's going to affect the Mets, who have to face them. But I don't know how much it's going to affect them. The Brewers have a decent bullpen. It's not like it's going to hurt the Brewers a lot. They're just trying to keep their starters going and stretched out until they get to the playoffs. And
there are some people who think that Jackson Merrill should be the Rookie of the Year over anybody. He's got a higher OPS than Shohei Ohtani in a time frame since July 20th. So he's. I'll tell you what, the only qualified hitters with a higher OPS since July 20th.
I told this already.
Aaron Judge, Vladimir Guerrero, Bobby Witt, and Yordan Alvarez.
And King Hap reminds us that Alex Cora and the Red Sox agreed on a contract extension that covers through the 27 season. Right. And the team announced that on Wednesday. What idiots. Okay, Cora's going to make more than $7 million a season. And they say that and he says that he's very happy with this organization. With what this organization means to us. Well, it doesn't mean anything if you don't win, okay? And so just go take your $7 million and shove off.
And just to say, we will continue this program.
What about Jose Ramirez tracker?
Wait a second.
40-40 tracker.
Yeah, he's on track. But I'm
Ramirez
talking about
just
this
keeps
show
getting it done.
That we spend a lot of time preparing for.
It's so much fun, though, Leonard.
Well, you know what?
Plus, you get to sit close to me.
When you have something that's fun, you just do it, and it's not about the money. As you guys know, we don't charge anybody, and we're happy not to charge.
Danny said
because we're having more fun than anybody.
Danny says it's good to know the Red Sox won't be good again until 2028.
Probably. So
good one, Danny.
We have to thank you all in the chat room for making it possible. Spread the word. We're not going anywhere. I don't think we really know what we're going to be doing.
We're going to just keep doing this because it's what we do and it's part of our routine every day.
Yeah, but there's no games.
So what?
We'll figure it out.
We've been doing this podcast 365 days a year for the past... I mean, I've been around you for 16 years.
Yeah, really.
But you've been doing it for 20 years before I came around.
You're right. You're right.
So,
anyway.
You always say, what am I going to talk about? We have all kinds of stuff. As soon as the playoffs end and the World Series ends, you have the Arizona Fall League, which goes on.
Okay, so stick
And then
with
as
us.
soon as the Arizona Fall League is over, then you have everybody's putting out their rankings and everything like that, and we start talking about auction values just like that.
Okay, so stick with what we're saying.
Then we do spring training. We do.
If you want to listen to Andrea talk, just tune in anytime, okay? But we will be here. We love it. We love you guys, and we thank you. Jose Ramirez.
37 homers and 40 steals.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he could hit 40-40?
This guy is amazing still.
40-40, what do you think?
He's excellent in all kinds of ways.
He went 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer
and
a double on Saturday.
Now, if he gets to 40, it's going to be a career high, okay? He set his career high in 2018 with 39 homers.
Right.
If he gets 40 homers and 40 stolen bases, he's going to be a macho man.
Huh?
But his name is not Manny.
Okay, now
Macho Man Jose.
I'm gonna throw out a question on the count of 3. I want everybody.
James K., thanks for joining us. Have a great day at church.
Thank you, James K. I want everybody to announce your favorite legend slogan. Ready? It begins with a rookie.
C.J. Abrams is not a rookie.
A rookie is a rookie is a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie?
No.
All right.
But he is a youngster, and it's... do you agree with... Well, okay.
Well,
they caught him at the casino till 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And they had a game that day at 1 o'clock. I don't know if it would have made any damn difference if they would have had a game at 7. I guess he would have had an opportunity to at least get like 6 or 7 hours of sleep. But the point is, they sent him to damn A-ball.
Right.
As a punishment. Now,
it doesn't matter what ball they sent him to.
They sent him to the minors.
They sent him so he could spend the rest of the season down there, and it's going to cost him about $30,000.
They could have let him at least play and see if he did any good. Some of these young guys can stay out all damn night, and they could play just fine.
Can't.
I mean, we've had guys pitching on acid before, so
you
what the hell?
Talk about discipline, and you got to discipline a player. And he was optioned technically to AAA.
So, but for what? Because he stayed out too late? Is there a curfew in baseball?
But he stayed out all night.
Who does it say in the rule book that you can't stay up all night?
That's what it says.
No, it's not true. That's why I say this is ridiculous.
Well, they do have a curfew. Okay?
They do?
Yes. They have a curfew. I don't know what it is. Maybe 12.
Well, it's probably not 8 a.m.
It's not 8 a.m. the next day.
I don't know if they have a curfew. Does anybody in the chat room know if they have a curfew in baseball?
They definitely do.
I mean, you're not a damn prisoner. Okay?
All right, let's get to Shohei Ohtani and let's call it a day.
I know this hurts fantasy managers right now who are trying to win their league at the end of September. I mean, this is not that he's been any good, but maybe part of the reason why he hasn't... Well, has he been good or not?
No. He's not had a good season.
Boston Paul says yes. Tommy Johnson says, I think each team has their own set of rules. But either way, I know plenty of young guys that could stay out all damn night and play baseball just fine the next day, okay? You got to do it while you're young so you can get it out of your system.
Can you do it?
Hell no. I'm in bed every night, and I will get up at 4 in the morning. So there's no chance I could do it.
Shohei Ohtani, second in major leagues in both home runs and stolen bases. Okay? All right.
Stick it, Boston Paul.
Let me throw this to the chat room. It's a tough one. Two players, and they're Hall of Famers. Two players who have finished in the season in the top 2 in Major League Baseball in home runs and stolen bases.
The Say Hey Kid.
No. I mean, it was in the early 1900s.
Okay.
And they're Hall of Famers.
Is this a trivia or can I keep guessing?
Well, you know you're not going to look at the answer, right?
No. Babe Ruth.
No, not Babe Ruth. You're talking top 2 in home runs and stolen bases. Who are the only 2 players until Shohei Ohtani showed up that are both in home runs and stolen bases?
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb is one. Good one.
Okay.
And who is the other one? Ty Cobb was
I don't know any other players from that far back.
No,
1909? I mean, I know Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. That's
and
it.
1908.
Okay, that's my 2 guesses.
And there's another one that you do know, but you know, not there. It's Honus Wagner.
Okay.
And 52-52 for Shohei Ohtani. But Red shortstop Ellie De La Cruz, you know, all of a sudden nobody's talking about him. He just became the first shortstop in MLB history to hit 25 homers and steal 65 bases. So the question is, how much you paid for Ellie De La Cruz?
I love Ellie, but I don't know, man. He's cost a lot. But yesterday I mentioned that Ellie has 65 stolen bases, and the whole Atlanta Braves team has 64 bases stolen, and the whole Twins team has 64 bases, and Ellie has 65 bases stolen. So he is a monster on the base paths, okay? But here's the thing. We talked about James Wood a little. He's up to 8 home runs and 14 stolen bases in his first 301 MLB plate appearances. Now, he has a 56.3 ground ball rate, which is only why he has only 8 home runs. And if he could get his launch angle up a little bit, he could be a monster too.
Okay, MVP? Who are you voting for, Lindor or Ohtani?
Lindor with that great smile.
It's Lindor. He could be, I mean, here's the figure and then we'll go. If Shohei Ohtani got hurt,
he's not even a defensive player.
Would the Dodgers still be in contention for first place?
I mean, that's a tough question.
Of course it is.
Because,
what do you think?
Look, he's got 53 homers or whatever. He's 50-50 right now. Okay? Obviously the Dodgers have scored massive amount of runs
because of him. All right, so let's say it's a tough question.
But Lindor has a better smile.
I'll ask you another question.
And he's on a better team.
If Francisco Lindor was out for the season, would the Mets be playoff?
Well, he's out right now, and they're still cooking with gas.
Okay, most people think that because of that, Ohtani should be the MVP.
Well, me and Laura think that Lindor should be the MVP.
Okay. Anyway, we got to thank everybody. You guys make it possible for us to do this show. Big Al and the Proud, Danny Fuller, King Hap, Leonard Donaldson, Laura, Tommy Johnston, Triple Play, White Sox Al, Holy Toledo, Unholy Toledo, Boston Paul, and Stevie O, and Jolene, and all the guests in the chat room.
And Molly, and Scooter, Tilly.
We love you,
Rudy.
everybody. And Beantown Bad Boy.
Beantown Bad Boy.
There you go. Show up.
Is Beantown related to you, King Hap? That's what I heard.
No, he's too tall.
Taco is his brother-in-law.
All right. Yeah,
but is Beantown part of the family?
No, he's too
with
tall.
With blood?
He's too tall.
He is tall, right?
Yeah, he's too tall. Okay.
Why isn't Beantown married is what I want to know.
I have no idea.
Because he's a handsome guy.
We'll speak to you all tomorrow. And by the way, Roto Lady
is going to the Rockies ballpark.
Is going out to Coors Field.
Yes, I am.
So she's going to have she's taking a couple of days off away from the legend. God bless her. And we'll speak to you all tomorrow. Our phone number is 631 406-7141. If you've got any ideas, anything you want to talk about, ideas for the new show, the old show, my new partner, for who's it going to be?
Nobody else wants you but me, Leonard.
Well, if she doesn't come back, who do I get? Okay?
Don't worry, I'm coming back.
Okay. I think Mary Tyler Moore could be a good one.
Thank you, everybody. Just enjoy your Sunday. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Love you all.